Now we review 2022's The Third Saturday in October. I think it's 2022. I don't really know. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so I have seen The Third Saturday in October, which is, well, it's a horror movie. I believe it's an homage to the 70s, 80s era slasher films that were named for holidays. And the third Saturday in October is apparently a football day. I think it's college football. I'm not sure. I don't care. But I know in the background of this film they're watching a football game, okay? It's a thing that they're doing. So, on the third Saturday in October, a serial killer is put down, and in true 80s fashion, he's not as dead as they think he is, which is kind of dumb because in real executions, you make sure they're dead. It's one of the things you do. You make very sure that they're dead. But no, he becomes sort of a Jason Voorhees-esque character being hunted down by the people that believe or the people that know. And it's a weird movie. You know, it's one of those movies. It really does look like it was shot in the 70s. It feels very 70s-ish with the more milky footage that isn't as clear or high quality. It kind of has a Texas Chainsaw Massacre look to it. It looks like a grindhouse horror film. It's got grindhouse elements. I mean, I can't be sure if this film was meant to be funny or scary. I didn't laugh at it, but then I don't laugh at anything because that's just who I am. So it's one of those things. The gore factor is pretty good for this particular film. If this is what you're looking for, yeah, there are references to kind of other movies in this, and you kind of got to pick them all out. And there's, well, I mean, it's kind of a hard film to wrap your head around, to be completely honest with you. I don't know how I feel about the third Saturday in October. It it feels like it is an homage to the classic era of B movie horror that came about in the early 80s and late 70s. It's a film of that regard. It doesn't make a huge amount of sense, which is kind of typical of those films. You don't have your like crazy Ralph character like Friday the 13th. There's, not really kind of a legend going on, but I mean, I think it is everything it was meant to be. So weird. I mean, there is one. I know it's supposed to be funny. Like, there's this one scene where they're at this gas station, and like they mentioned, the guy's car is a classic, but it's a black dude, right? And then like this white dude comes up to the white girl who's with the black dude for the purpose of the movie, and he's like, oh, it's a nice car you have. And they find out it's a black dude's car, and he's like, we don't like your kind here. And he goes, oh, by my kind, you must have seen my bumper sticker, my church. Oh, no, I'm a proud member of that church. Oh, so then you recognize my last name and you don't like my son. He's a football player. It's like, oh, no, I love that football. It's like, so what's the problem here? I mistook you for someone else. Which, well, it delves into what we call Kelly's construct theory of psychology, where it's like somebody can be a racist and they can be a fan of a black athlete if they're a Caucasian, and they hate black people in their life, but they don't hate black athletes because they're two different constructs in their brain. And that's a weird thing. So, that particular scene has no impact on the plot of the movie. I think it's just there to add some levity to a otherwise dark movie, and I think it works pretty well. I mean, The third Saturday in October, I would recommend to horror fans, and I would not recommend to the general public, because the general public don't have the same desire for these films. If you like, for example, the latter sleepaway camp films, you'll probably enjoy this film. It's kind of a grindhouse movie. It has a flavor all its own, but I mean it is definitely akin to the, lower budget slasher films that weren't as well made and didn't make as much sense, and people going, this is how we're going to get this movie done. All right? So it's very much a middle of the watch list film for me. I mean, you would watch this movie like, okay, yeah, that doesn't make a lot of sense, but it's not a movie that's going to make a lot of sense. But I wound up enjoying, like, at least the later half of the movie. I wound up thinking it was a pretty solid film. I mean, I just don't. I mean, it's hard to wrap your head around. I think if I had been watching this with an audience, I would have a better feel for the kind of film that it is. It's just one of those things. It feels like it was made in a community of people that really care about each other. And it's kind of a down-home, down-cooked film. But whereas the people in this film look a lot like normal people, they're not like Hollywood-type people. They also, it's definitely not a backyard film. It's not low budget enough to be a backyard film. It feels like it was done with a lot of love and care. So, yeah, I mean, if you have the opportunity, I think you should put this. It's middle of the watch list. It's not profound. It's not incredible. I don't think that they should be making like a series out of this or anything. But for what it is, I liked it. It's just one of those things where you can't be like, oh, this is incredible. You've got to watch this. But I mean, you have to say, it's like, yeah, I mean, that was a good experience. It's sort of like when you go to the dollar store and you find like a really good soda. It's not like, oh my God, this is the most premium soda in the world, but it's kind of better than average for what this is. Anyway, that's just my opinion. I'd love to hear yours down in the comments below. I, of course, am Richard.
Ladies, gentlemen, and human-type persons, I am Sergeant Duck, and I am tasking you with commenting on this video. You should also like and subscribe if you haven't already. Share this with your friends and make a better, more disciplined world for you and for me. Dismissed!